Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. This video is the next installment in our Ultimate Challenge series. For those of you not familiar with the Ultimate Challenge series, let's revisit the rules very quickly. Basically, it's this. Number one, I have to take a stock mech with no alterations to the chassis or weapon systems. Number two, no skill points allowed. I can't unlock any of the skill nodes. And last but not least, I am not allowed to use any consumables. That being said, let's take a look at what fate has chosen to deal us today. We will be taking out the Incubus. This is the Incubus 5. It is the champion model of this mech. It was the free mech given away by PGI in August for all of those faithful pilots who earned it. So take a look under the hood at the stock loadout. We've got 3 medium pulse lasers, 4 light machine guns, and looks like a top speed of 143.1 kph. Now, there are a few things that I like about this mech. There are a few things I don't like about this mech. The negatives being there are no jump jets and no ECM, a couple of things I really look for in light mechs. And another thing to be aware of, this is a very tall mech. How tall, you ask? Well, here's a couple of examples, and I'll let you be the judge just how tall this mech is. That being said, there are plenty of positives about this mech to work with. First off, you have high weapon mounts. That's ideal for horizontal peeking. Everything's at cockpit level, so basically if you can see it, you can shoot it, well, as long as you're within range. It has decent sensor range, clear out to 800 meters. That obviously could be increased in various ways. It comes with a capture accelerator bonus under its quirks, which make this an ideal mech for capturing cap points. Not to mention, it is the champion version, so you get a 30% experience bonus that you earn on this mech. And the most interesting thing is, if you look in the bottom right-hand screen, you'll notice ranges on my weapons. My machine guns actually outrange my pulse lasers. Thank you. Jumping back into the action on this drop, we've had some skirmishes with enemy units, the Cicada most notably. We've taken a little bit of missile damage. Yes, not having radar deprivation does hurt. And as we head back towards our base, we find a teammate fighting a Thanatos, and the Thanatos is open, so I'm putting my machine guns to work on him because those can rack up crits very quickly. Now I'm going to proceed to our base to stop the enemy capture. I'm going to use my massive speed to get there quickly. A teammate already has the capture point of the enemy base, so there was no sense of me staying there and using my cap accelerator. I want to stop the enemy team and deny them. I don't want to go for the cap victory. I'm not sure what I'm going to find around the bend. All I know is there's something there. It's probably quite sizable based on how fast the cap was happening. And sure enough, there is a Warhammer. We get his attention, doing a little bit of damage on our first pass. The amount of damage doesn't matter. It's the fact that he's taking damage because it stops his cap for 5 seconds every time he takes damage. Now it's ring around the rosy. I'm using the mobile field base, and this is what I meant in the title on how to use the mobile field base to get a kill. I'm using it to block his shots. What I'm looking for is the superior angle in the center where he cannot shoot me, but his mech is above the mobile field base, and I'm able to get shots out on him, especially since he's done me the favor of having that missile hard point on the right shoulder. If I can see that peeking out while he's in quote-unquote cover, that is the ideal spot, and he's doing a very nice job of it. I've just got to keep mobile so he doesn't focus me too hard. He's still doing some damage. My left leg is now open, on top of being open from the missiles on the left arm and rear torsos. But he shuts himself down. That gives me an opportunity to score some unanswered damage on him, and now he is open in the side torso. Let's see if we can capitalize on that using the machine guns to get the crits. And he shuts himself down again. I probably took out some heat sinks, and now we took out his mech, scoring the kill. So that's how you use a field base to your advantage. But our work in this drop is not done. It is 7 to 9. We are behind on kills, and we're neck and neck as far as capture points. I'm heading back towards the action. Unfortunately, it's going to take me a while to get there, and my mech is pretty damaged. That left leg is definitely a major concern. I'm less concerned about the arms. There's nothing in the arms on this mech, so they're there just for shielding purposes. The question now is, how quickly can I get back into this fight? And it looks like not quickly enough. I'm now last man standing, and I hate being in this, but let's do whatever we can as we wind this one down. And there's a dire wolf, open CT, and we'll chew him up with some machine guns as well. They sweep my leg, and they're going to sweep the rest of me here in a second. So I go down, but we're able to finish this match off with 3 kills, 2 KMDDs, 588 damage done. Moving on to our next drop. This one has us back on Canyon Network, this time in Conquest mode, and a teammate and I have moved into the Epsilon capture point to secure it for our team and to drive off a pesky piranha who has decided to make this his home. Cheeky little bugger, but we'll push him off. And while we're doing that, I do have a confession. So my confession is this. When I started into MechWarrior Online, I'm coming in it from an old school point of view, so I was very heavy into Inner Sphere, less so concentrated on clan mechs. So I'm less familiar with things like, I don't know, an Incubus. But guys, what I'm finding out is this is a very capable mech chassis. In fact, I might even do what I never do and recommend this, maybe not to a brand new pilot, but I definitely would recommend it to any mech warrior who's on a budget and doesn't have a lot of extra C-bills lying around for refits. These chassis seem to work as is. You'll still have a bit of a struggle with the learning curve, but they're good solid mechs that will only get better with time and little tweaks that you do to them, but you're good to go with something like this out of the gate. And I think the last drop has proven that, and if not, this drop hopefully does as well. Now there's a cluster of enemies across the way, and oh, would I give my left arm for a nice arty strike or air strike at this point. But I'm stuck doing the ultimate challenge. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing it all for you. And some will say, I haven't done enough, because the whole reason you tune into this series is to watch me get my ass kicked in these crappy stock loadouts. And last match was anything but that. Au contraire, mon ami. There was plenty of that going on, but in the spirit of full disclosure, it wasn't nearly as bad as some of the other mechs that I have tried. Yes, Missed Lynx, I am looking at you. Not being one to do a suicide charge across open ground at that enemy formation, I've elected to take on counter-capping responsibilities for my team. This allows me to leverage the superior speed of this mech and also that cap acceleration bonus that I spoke of before. And you can see here on Sigma just how fast this mech can take a capture point. That is super quick, and it came at the right time because we were definitely losing the cap war. I have a teammate currently on Theta, so I'm going to shoot up the canyon here and see if I can get to the next cap point and give my team the lead, again relying on my superior speed to get me around the board quickly. As I come up through the canyon, though, I am greeted by an enemy Fafnir. Who put that there? Get him out of here. So we're going to engage him, staying as mobile as possible. This is kind of where I miss, well, I miss having a UAV. I miss having some jump jets. Oops, got hung up there a little bit. I've got to keep moving, because speed is life, and hope he doesn't land his double gal shots or things will start flying off of my mech in short order. and he did manage to land a shot. There goes my right arm, but 'tis but a flesh wound on this mech. There was nothing important in there. There's no weapon systems, so I will gladly give up a right arm with nothing in it if it means surviving that encounter. So now I'm reassessing. I see one of my friendly assault mechs is pushing up through. I'm coming back around, and sure enough, he is turning to engage my teammate, leaving his back open to me. And you know how I love back shots, so we're just going to follow him down the ramp. There goes half his mech, and here goes the rest of his mech, and we take out the enemy Fafnir. Yes, you can thank me, Mr. Blood Asp. Yep, I saved the Blood Asp. That was all me. Anyway, we make it to the cap point, which was our destination to begin with. Blood Asp is coming up the canyon. As soon as he gets here, I am going to run ahead and see if I can rejoin my teammates. We are currently up on kills, but we're still behind on the cap game, and that would be unfortunate to lose to a cap victory. I'm popping up over the top to see what I can see, and some of you are about to just lose your ever-loving minds, because watch what I do here. There's Charlie, the piranha. I think he's the one from earlier. And yes, you saw that right. I ran past the enemy assault mech, and you guys are screaming at the top of your lungs. Why did you do that? You could have shot him in the back. You could have taken him out. Yes, I could have. However, this piranha is more important. Well, how can you say that? Because he's fast, he's nimble, and we're behind on caps. If I let an enemy mech capable of causing us problems in the cap departments go, we could lose this match due to caps, not to mention the fact that we all know how piranhas are when they get around an assault mech. But now that I've killed him, he is no longer a threat. And the other reason, I'm not sure if you caught that or not, what weapons was he firing? If you go back and replay it, you'll see the plumes of LRM smoke go. So he's LRM heavy, and if I close in on him, he is going to be in a world of hurt because I have the upper hand. So killing the piranha, in my opinion, was the right move. I can always go back for the LRM boat. And in the meantime, we round the corner and find a bushwhacker. And was he running XL? He went down really quickly. We went through his side torso. So he must have been running XL. And that's our third kill for the game. And now it's just hunting the last remaining enemy. And, oh, hey, it's our Marauder friend who we ran by. And look at that. LRM-15, 2 large laser. He's really not much of a threat, and especially now that I'm inside his LRM range. He's got his 2 large lasers, and he's open in the arms, open in the side torso, it looks like. So we're just going to stay on him. This is my fight now, and his LRMs are meaningless. And in that moment of bravado, that's when Mr. Murphy reminds me that I do not have unlimited ammunition for my machine gun. So now we're down to just the pulse lasers, but I have some teammates who have moved in to help focus down the last remaining enemy unit. Mr. Marauder is going to die a horrible death, and we wind up with 3 kills, 6 components destroyed, 621 damage done in a stock loadout mech. So this gives it firmly a 1 turd rating.